Not a glow-up, not a miracle, just a quiet reset that actually works. Financial reset is one of the most searched terms in personal finance right now, and most of the content it returns is either impossibly aspirational or frustratingly vague. Sell everything and move to a cheaper city. Completely overhaul your finances in 30 days. Transform your relationship with money through 5 life-changing habits. This video isn't that. A real financial reset looks much quieter than the content suggests. It looks like a specific decision made on a specific day, followed by a series of concrete, ordered steps that build on each other. Nothing dramatic, nothing that requires quitting your job or restructuring your entire life. Just a genuine, deliberate restart that actually works because it's built to fit the life you actually have.
A financial reset begins with a decision and a date. Not a vague intention to do better eventually. A specific date, this week ideally, when you sit down without distraction and commit to looking honestly at your financial situation and making deliberate changes. The date matters psychologically more than it might seem. It creates a before and an after. It turns a general aspiration into a scheduled action. It gives the reset a starting point that isn't dependent on motivation arriving spontaneously. Which, if you've been waiting for the right moment to sort out your finances, you'll have noticed never quite arrives on its own. Choose a date, put it in your calendar. Treat it as a real appointment you wouldn't cancel for anything less than an emergency.
The first session of your reset is a complete financial audit, and the goal is a complete, honest picture of your current situation with no omissions and no softening. Every current account, savings account, and investment account with current balances. Every debt, credit cards, personal loans, car finance, student loans, overdraft, with exact balances, interest rates, and minimum payments written down. Every subscription and recurring charge identified. Every income source with current amounts. By the end of this session, you should have a single document, even a page of handwritten notes, showing your entire financial picture in one place. For most people, this is the first time they've ever seen everything together simultaneously. Almost always uncomfortable, almost always clarifying.
The second element of the reset is an honest evaluation of your financial habits. Not just the numbers, but the behaviors that created those numbers. Where does your money consistently disappear each month in ways you can't fully account for when you think back? What financial tasks do you consistently avoid or defer? Opening statements, reviewing direct debits, checking savings balances? And why? Are there emotional patterns driving spending decisions? Stress spending, boredom spending, social pressure spending that you've noticed but never directly addressed? A financial reset that only changes the spreadsheet without examining the behaviors that created the current situation will regenerate the same situation over time. The habits are the upstream cause. The numbers are the downstream effect. The third element is setting 3 specific goals, and the specificity isn't optional. Vague financial goals are intentions that never become actions. Specific goals create a direct line to specific behavior. Your first goal should be achievable this month, clear enough and small enough that you can make meaningful progress in 30 days. An example, cancel all unused subscriptions and redirect the saving to a named account. Your second goal should be achievable within 12 months. An example, build a £1,000 emergency fund by December. Your third goal should be a 3 to 5 year horizon, large enough to represent a genuine life change. An example, be completely debt-free by your 35th birthday. 3 goals, 3 timelines, 1 clear direction. 1 clear direction. The fourth element is building the simplest financial system that covers the essential functions, and simpler is better. A system with too many accounts, too many categories, or too many decisions to make every month will not survive the first stressful month. The system needs to be so basic it runs almost automatically. On payday, a small fixed amount moves to savings before anything else happens. Fixed bills run by direct debit automatically. What's left is your flexible spending number for the month, and you know that number with confidence. That's your system. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that to be genuinely effective.
The goal is to remove as many daily financial decisions as possible so your limited daily willpower isn't being spent on routine management. One element of a genuine financial reset that rarely gets acknowledged in practical guides is the emotional dimension. Specifically, the need to forgive yourself for past financial decisions before you can move cleanly into a new approach. Every financial mistake you made in the past was made by a version of you with different information, different circumstances, different pressures, and a different level of understanding than you have now. Holding those decisions against yourself, treating them as evidence of permanent character flaws rather than context-dependent choices made in imperfect conditions, isn't honest and it isn't useful. The reset isn't about punishing past you. It's about equipping future you with a better system and a cleaner emotional relationship with money.
1 month after a genuine financial reset, your life won't look dramatically different from the outside. The visible transformation that social media suggests should follow a financial overhaul is not the reality. What will be different is internal. Greater clarity and control. The beginning of habits that are already building momentum. A specific number in a savings account that wasn't there before. A debt balance that's lower than it was. Small changes. Real changes. The beginning of a compounding process that genuinely builds over months and years into something significant. A financial reset doesn't need to be dramatic to be valuable. It just needs to be real, honest, and followed through with consistency. Subscribe to MoneyPatch. Small steps, big change.